Greetings once again, Shinobi. Duuz-Diz-Din back again with Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, where previously Code's assault on the Leaf Village is underway, with him setting out the Claw Grim to destroy and devastate, all in order to get to Boruto, who he now thinks as Kawaki. Kawaki has arrived on a different scene in the Leaf Village, helping out Himawari Shikadai, Inojin, and Chocho, while Sarada has found a disturbing tendency of the Claw Grim, as once they grab onto a person fully, much like their origin, they turn into a tree. Although, in his confrontation with Code, Boruto alludes that Code might not know that the Claw Grim have this nature, as he alludes to something even more deadly and devastating than Code himself, that Boruto kind of treats as though he's a mild inconvenience. And in order to deal with this inconvenience, Boruto unleashes his newest attack, and Boruto unleashes a new version of the Rasengan, called Uzuhiko, which essentially translates to Vortex Boy. What does this new attack do exactly? Join me as I find out, won't you? A nice cover page with Himawari on it, and I actually kind of like the look with the baggy pants and all that. It looks a lot better in color, honestly. It also helps that she's not weirdly overly sexualized like some of the other female characters, but who knows, give it time. At least it's nice to see Ikimoto doing something a bit different. So it's Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, Chapter 3. Uzuhiko. Code observes Boruto's new technique and questions Rasengan Uzuhiko. Boruto continues his approach to Code, wind whipping all around him. Code tries to get a read on what's happening, thinking to himself, is it his special vanishing Rasengan? No, that one's an invisible long-distance attack that's pointless unless it's a surprise. He wouldn't be approaching me openly like this. Code unleashes his claws, creating several marks along the ground behind Boruto. Code sifts through one of them behind Boruto, and as he goes in for a strike with his claws, Boruto manages to easily dodge. As Boruto turns around, Code sees him ready to unleash what seems to be his Kara, or some kind of attack. His karma, I mean. But Code manages to grab Boruto's hand, keeping it away from him. Code tries to go in with his other hand to slash at Boruto, but Boruto manages to guard with his sword. Nice. Bit of a stalemate. Code begins to activate his white karma, telling Boruto, you seem real confident about this jutsu, so it's a shame that you can't hit me with it. But Boruto calmly tells Code, I told you, killing you is easy. In fact, I'm already halfway there. Code questions, what? As the wind around Boruto's arm and body starts to envelop Code as well, sneaking up his arm. Code thinks to himself, what is this thing coiling around my arm? Code pulls back, but the wind is still there. Code looks at his arm, and he says, so what's the big deal? Boruto tells him, I'll say this one more time. This is your last warning, Code. Take me to where the Ten Tails is. If you refuse, you can die here. Code is unflinching, though. Calling Boruto's bluff, he says, very funny, Boruto. You kill me? Go ahead and try. And Code rushes Boruto and slashes at him with his claws. But Code realizes something. Boruto seems unaffected. He turns, noticing that nothing seems to be happening. Code shouts, quit moving around, and rushes Boruto again, and as he turns, he sees Boruto standing there, once again like nothing happened. Code thinks to himself, what is going on? His movements are way beyond simple dodging, nor is it genjutsu or doppelgangers. This is, how the hell? Suddenly, Boruto is right in front of Code, almost as if Code blinked and Boruto was just on the other side of him. And as Code begins to slowly turn to see Boruto, Boruto strikes at him with his karma hand. Boruto then says, Rasengan, Uzuhiko, and even more wind whips around Boruto's body, coiling further up, from his feet to his head to his hand, as the power is unleashed right at the epicenter, where Boruto's hand meets Code's chest. The blast hits Code hard and heavy, and Code is sent flying backward. But it doesn't kill him, as Boruto said. No, Code manages to find his footing once he stabilizes himself a little bit. Although it is obvious he was injured by the impact, as he's having a hard time standing on his feet. Code is at a loss for words. Meanwhile, Ada is observing this with her Senringan. Ada says, that's it? What a basic jutsu. So how is it different from a regular Rasengan? Damon then speaks up saying, so Boruto's the one making the ground tremble. Ada turns to her brother. As Daemon continues saying, or rather, it's the entire Earth. This attack makes use of planetary spin. What? He's using the rotation of the Earth as an attack? How? Ada questions, planetary spin? And Daemon simply says, I see. Nifty. Okay, Damon's a lot smarter than I give him credit for. Because let's face it, usually he's not the one to understand something so easily. Code continues holding himself where he was attacked, but still very groggy. Boruto says, I'm surprised. I didn't expect you to still be standing. But as Code continues to look at Boruto, suddenly, wind begins to whip up between them. Code thinks to himself, what is all this spinning? And then Code just collapses to the ground. Jeez, throw off the man's equilibrium. Boruto approaches Code, and Code struggles to even look up at Boruto, saying, damn it, what did you do to me? Boruto looks down at him, saying, enjoy. Think of it as a biting counterattack from this planet that you were trying to destroy. Code questions, from this planet? Boruto tells him, a Rasengan that incorporates the planet's chakra, its rotation. That's what Uzuhiko is. Wait, so is this a type of sage art? Because this sounds like sage techniques. It kind of sounds like, what is that called? When you absorb impact and stuff like that. Boruto tells him, the power that is rushing through your body right now will never dissipate, just like how a planet will never stop spinning. Jeez. It's like giving a permanent vertigo. It's almost kind of like how if we could fully feel the movement of the Earth, it would just throw everything off. That's kind of like what it sounds like. Code struggles to look at Boruto, his eyes still spinning, as Code questions, rotation? Boruto tells him, the damage will continue semi-permanently. Semi because your life will run out before the planet stops spinning. Gee. Code struggles to get to his feet, saying, you cheeky bastard. But nope. Code's right back on his ass again, struggling to prop himself up against a tree. As Boruto approaches and gets right up in Code's face, saying, however, there is the option of me rescinding Uzuhiko. He explains, would you rather quietly await death or give me 10 tails and live? I think it's a choice even a fool can make. Boruto, you've been hanging around Sasuke too long. 'Cause, damn. Jeez. Is that a bluff? Does Uzuhiko actually cause you to die? I mean, right now we're seeing a severe case of vertigo. But, I mean, could it really eat away at him like that? Gee, damn, I'm not gonna lie. This is kinda gangster. It's like, would you rather die a dumbass or live as a coward? Oh. Suddenly, Boruto sees something coming out of the corner of his eye, and of course, it's Kawaki trying to strike with his monster arm. Boruto dodges, and their eyes lock. Boruto calls out for Kawaki. It's then that Shikadai, Inojin, Chocho, and Himawari arrive on the scene. Himawari calls out for Boruto, and Boruto thinks, Hima. Kawaki then looks at Code, still barely able to move. Shikadai addresses Boruto, saying, what are you doing here in Konoha, Boruto? And what were you discussing with Code? Boruto tells him, I'm trying to make a deal. Do you mind not interfering? Code, during the commotion, tries to make claw marks, but Kawaki is on top of it and uses his ability to shrink the claw marks. Boruto continues to observe. Shikamaru then contacts Kawaki telepathically, saying, reporting Kawaki, what's the situation? Kawaki tells him, I don't know what's happening, but Code's pretty drained. Also just dealt with his lashed claw marks and cut off his retreat. I can probably kill him. Shikamaru tells him, good, it's a golden opportunity. Make sure to finish him off. But Boruto tells him, Kawaki, move away from Code. Don't provoke him. Kawaki turns to Boruto saying, who are you to order me around? If you showed yourself here, you must be prepared to die. Boruto. It's then that Code makes his move. Using the claw mark on his head, he summons forth a claw grim that goes after Kawaki. Kawaki turns and uses his claw to pierce through the claw grim, but Shikadai sees Code moving to get to the claw grim, using the portal through his back, making his escape. Kawaki is shocked, saying, bastard. Shikamaru asks, what is it? What's going on? As Shikadai says Code's escaped, using one of his claw grims. Shikamaru says, damn it. Listen, there's no guarantee he'd just turn tail and run off. Annihilate the rest of the claw grims ASAP. Shikadai says, yes sir. Kawaki then speaks up saying, Shikadai, you all go on ahead. Himawari says, big bro. And as Kawaki looks to Boruto, he says, I got business with this one. Meanwhile, over with Sarada and a shinobi that was encased with a tree that was formerly a claw grim. And the other shinobi says, a tree? He's turned into a tree. What the heck? Sarada gets up close with the encased shinobi examining the situation. She says, Tense Tails is a creature that becomes a divine tree upon devouring an Otsutsuki. Maybe devouring beings is instinctual. The shinobi asks, so you're saying this is a defective divine tree because it devoured the wrong thing? Sarada tells him, I don't know. But one thing's for certain, he isn't dead, he's still alive. Jeez. Is it kind of like when, back during the 4th grade Shinobi War, or was it 4th? It was the 4th grade Shinobi War, right? When the Ten Tails encased everybody in the infinite Tsukuyomi. Is it something kind of akin to that almost? Because my first thought was like, okay, can they breathe? Because I'm pretty sure you couldn't be able to breathe at that point. But it's, I guess, kind of preserved them almost like in Carbonite. Meanwhile, back with Kawaki and Boruto, they stare each other down. Kawaki saying, it's been 3 years, eh? What's with your outfit? You and a Chiha Adoptina? Boruto tells him, your smack talk sure hasn't changed, but I'm glad to see Himawari looking well. Kawaki then approaches Boruto saying, why are you here? If you come to die at home, I'll help you. Right here, right now. Boruto tells him, dying in Konoha doesn't sound bad, but not today. But out of this, Kawaki, you're in my way. Kawaki tells him, you're the only one in anyone's way, Boruto. Don't you think? But there's a rustling in Boruto's cloak. A small frog tells him, infiltration accomplished, Boruto. Code's returned to base. A frog? Did he meet up with Kashin Koji? Oh no, something is odd here. I'm thinking that Shikamaru's not the only one who trained Boruto. Because Shikamaru's not who I would turn to get Boruto in touch with any of the frogs. Or did Boruto make some contract with the frogs that I'm not remembering? Boruto asks the frog, any sign of Ten Tails? The frog says, hold on, not yet. We then pick up with Code back at his base. As he continues to hold his stomach, he says, damn it, Boruto, you bastard. As he passes by Bug, encased in one of the trees, he heads over to the containment of the Ten Tails, where the frog spy peeks out from behind Code, viewing the Ten Tails in the container. The frog with Boruto tells him, confirmed, Ten Tails is there. Boruto then goes to use a jutsu as he says, good. Man, Boruto is not fucking around. Shoot. It's kind of hard to know how I should feel about all this, because it feels like things are really just moving fast, like we're about to reach the climax of something. So unless there's a lot more going forward, I don't know, because everything about this reintroduction just kind of feels like we picked up with the same series. Like it even feels weird, calling it chapter 3 of a new series, as it just feels like we picked up after a short skip in Boruto. And it also doesn't feel as grand as it did in Naruto. Like our reintroduction to some of the characters, I don't know, it just kind of feels so matter of fact. It doesn't feel exciting to see Inojin, Shikadai, Chocho, Himawari, any of them. But let's face it, the Boruto manga has never really made it feel that important. I feel like it'll be made to feel more important in the anime, because some of the things I've seen in the anime go a lot harder than in the manga. It's just a shame that so much of the filler has really turned off people to the Boruto anime, even though a lot of the filler really helps to, fill out a lot of the supporting cast and a lot of supporting moments. For me, it's a bit of a weird cause of conflict, because, Boruto, friggin' beast. But at the same time, it's just like, man, it feels like we're reaching the end of something, not the beginning. So, I'm kind of curious where we're going with all of this. So, let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. I will say, Rasengan Uzuhiko? Damn! An ability that causes you to feel infinite rotation because of the movement of the planet. That is insane. But it just doesn't feel like Sasuke would be the one to teach him something like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but it feels like somewhere behind the scenes, Kashin Kojin came in and taught Boruto a little something. I'm more interested in what other ways the Elite Village has changed, if at all. I mean, for adults, 3 years really ain't much of anything. For kids, 3 years is a lot of time, so I want to hear from you. What do you think about this newest chapter of Boruto? What do you think about Code really being made to look like a jobber? And with Boruto being more interested in taking on Code than Kawaki, what's the plan here? He's in the middle of enemy territory. What you gonna do, Boruto? I want to hear from you. So like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the ride, and until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you later. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.